I hope you can hear me because my mic is over there at my camera, because I still have yet to have a lapel mic. So I hope y'all can hear me. So my daughter had this apron for a short time, and she loves it, except she's really tall. She's 6 foot tall, y'all. And so this apron was long, but she does want it a tad longer because she wants the strap a little shorter. Okay, so I had to pause that because my daughter called, because I sent her coconut cream cake and she's pregnant, and she was calling me to tell me she was dreaming about it, and she thanked me for it. And I don't know what I told you about this, so I'm going to go over it again real quick. I could have started it all over, but what would be the fun in that? You wouldn't have heard the coconut cake story. So I know y'all love it, but anywho, so my daughter, I know I told you she's tall and she likes this apron, and goodness, it's nasty, and I don't have a pattern for it. She wants this specific apron, but just a little bit longer, because I had to shorten the neck. Okay, this strap is shortened, and this is the only way I know to show y'all is long ways, because I can't get it all the overhead. So what I'm going to do is I am going to jot down some measurements here, because I'm going to be cloning this apron for her. Okay, I've never even seen one this big. I mean, but she loves it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to write down neck strap. And I mean, she's specific. These ties have to be that same length and everything, because that's just what she wants and how she is. And it's this beautiful cowl fabric. She loves cowls, and this is kind of like jean or duck cloth. So I'm using a 16 needle, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give me a 1/2 inch here. I hope you can see. I don't even know, but I'm starting at this 1/2 inch and leaving this hanging, and I'm going to go around this, and I'm just going to guesstimate pretty much how big this is, and I'm gonna say 22. Okay, so 22 inches is gonna be my neck strap, and then these right here, let me write it down because I'll forget what I've got numbers wrote down for, is the tie straps. Now hers are just strings. I don't have string like that, so I'm literally gonna have to make a strap with that or something. So I'm gonna go in here, and this, I'm gonna start right where it is because it's up in here a little bit. And that is a 40.5. So I could do 41. 41 inches is the tie strap, okay? So that's the basic measurements. I need a new one of these. This dumb thing don't want to go in. So now I can take these off, okay? Because they'll be in my way, okay? If y'all didn't see the video of how I made this doodad right here, oh, I am in love with this. I will tell you now, I love it. So I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to get my cow print. I'm going to get my bottle out of the way. Sorry about that, y'all. And I'm going to lay this out. I might need to iron it. It's already pre-washed, okay? It's pre-washed. So I've got that laid out there, okay? I got my selvage hanging off because I'm not going to need that selvage one iota. So I'm going to take this, and this is going to be my pattern, okay? So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to pull it down as best I can, and I'm going to stick a little pin in there to hold that so I can go around it. Now this piece has a piece sewn on it, so I'm going to have to make a flap for it somehow. I have not done this before. Okay, I have done patterns before, but I haven't done it myself, so this is new. This is new for me. Oh, I do have to go over some. I have to add my, this is a seam, so I have to add my seam allowance, okay? I almost forgot it. Now, it's a tiny seam, so it's probably about a 1/2 inch, if that. But you can do whatever size you want. Now I gotta do this all over again. I know y'all probably getting frustrated like that. Goodness, woman, hurry up. Hurry up, lady. But I'm trying. I've never done this, and I'm thinking as I go. I'm just thinking along. I was thinking along. Sorry, y'all don't want to hear my distasteful singing, my nasty singing, my whatever. I'm gonna get this. I am. Okay. So, this is gotta come down. Okay. So I'm actually going to just cut around this apron, and I'm gonna cut a 1/2 inch around. Oh, those were my ones. So I'm just gonna cut a 1/2 inch around on all this. You can use your rotary cutter if you would like to do that. And this thing is pretty straight. So I'm just going to go all the way around a 1/2 inch and cut this a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer, okay? Okay, I hope this makes sense. So I got this cut out. Now, I did have to even mine up a little bit, but my measurements are, I made me a picture. Oh, y'all can't see that. Look at my picture. Alright, I'm not an artist, I'm a crafter. So, this whole length of this is 35.5 from top to bottom. Okay? 35.5 inches. The width of this part is 30.5 wide. And that is all the way up to when you start to cut. This piece right here, the very top, is 10.5. Okay? Now my cut goes down. I didn't measure this, but I'll just tell you because you might ask. About 9.5. Not quite 9.5. This one right here has a top. I took my clips off, but this has a little thing right here where it's sewn down, and that's where these straps are sewn in and they're enclosed, and I think that looks really nice. Now you could just fold it down and sew your straps on, but I think that looks nice, so it looks more professional. So what I done was I took this and I folded this down on a piece of paper, okay, and then I took my paper and then I drew around it. Now for my tie straps, okay, I'm gonna sew these as small as I can. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut my selvage off. I folded this fabric, I think this is 60 wide. I folded it in half. See, I cut here. I folded it in half and then folded it in half again, because it's just going to make it easier for me to whack on it, okay? And I did say whack on it. Yes, I did. So I'm going to cut my selvage off. So what I'm going to do with these straps is I'm going to fold them in on each side and then fold them in the middle and sew down, because it seems easier than trying to turn that itty bitty tube, you know? So I'm going to cut two 2-inch strips. Now these got to be long. I hope I have them long enough. I may have to join strips. I may have to. I'm not sure. She likes to pull it around to the front to tie it. So she likes long ties. Let me see how long this is. Woo! It's long. Okay, so I got 36. That should be long enough. So there's my 2 pieces. And then I don't need that much for the strap at the top, okay? I'm going to cut my 22 inches. But I'm going to cut this because it needs to be a pretty good size strap. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to cut probably a 5-inch piece. 5-inch by 22. Okay? If I have to cut it down, I can. Y'all, I'm going to show you my ruler. This sucker is 48 inches. I got this at Harbor Freight a long time ago. They probably still have them. 48 inches. So this, I had to have 40, and y'all, I can't count. I'm going to be honest with you. So I'm just going to go down on this ruler, and I'm going to find my 40 inches. And then I'm going to bend this over at my 40. And then I'm going to take my scissors, go in between there, and I'm going to snip that off. So there's my 40 inches. Thanks to my handy dandy 48-inch ruler. Let me use this board with that on top of it. So this is my strap, okay? So this is what I'm going to do with each strap. I'm going to do the same thing with the neck piece. I'm going to fold this in half, exactly in half, and I'm going to iron it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, turn my steam off. You don't want steam on these. It makes them stink on these wool mats. I'm going to make like a bias tape deal, okay? So I'm going to iron this in half all the way down. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it into the middle. Now you don't have to worry about ironing your crease out because it don't matter. So now I'm going to take and iron this all the way down, putting it right in where I ironed that middle seam, okay? Now you have this side done. You're going to bend this side in and meet that other side, and you're making a bias. Now I would use a bias tape maker, but I have tried 50 billion times. I cannot get the things to line up. It's one side just flips the other way and don't want to do what I want it to do. So if you can use a bias tape maker, by all means do so. But once I get this done, I'm going to take this, I'm going to fold it, and I'm going to meet my edges perfectly and iron it good. And I'm going to get it off of here because I'm going to go over to my ironing board and I'm going to steam it, okay, to make it flat. I'm going to do that to this strap, and my neck piece, okay? Doing the same thing, folding it in the middle and then folding this and then folding that, and that's going to make my neck strap. Before I iron this all together, I'm going to take this end and I'm going to fold it up like that right there, okay? Fold it up like that right there, and I'm going to iron that in there. That way when I iron this, I'll put this on the end, and I ain't got to worry about trying to tie that off or, you know, do whatever you got to do to seal it up. This will seal it, and it'll be perfect. Now with my 16 needle, or 18, whichever, because that's pretty thick right there. You need a good machine to do this. I'm going to start, I'll probably start at this end, and I'm going to sew right along this edge right here. And that's going to make my straps. And I'm going to do the same thing to the neck piece. So both straps and the neck piece, just keep those edges as even as you can and sew right down along that edge right there, okay? And that's going to make a nice strap, string, tie, nice tie, string, whatever. You know what I mean. I love y'all. Okay, so I have all my pieces sewn on the neck strap. I don't know if you can see, but I sewed down each side, okay? Each side, just to make it look more cohesive and neater around her neck. I really didn't need to trim those, but make sure you cut your threads off, okay? Snip them bad boys off. You don't want to see them. They're uglies, I call them. I just threw all my thread on the floor. Blech. It happens. Oh, no I didn't. I caught it on my sweater. Okay, so we got those straps done. I'm going to need the neck strap first. Okay? Now, it looked like what they done was... Where's the top of this puppy? Oh, I got the top of it. Okay, so what they done was they took the strap, okay, Let me see how far in they went. They didn't. They only allowed for 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I'm going to put my next strap in here. Now I think this is how it's done. I'm almost positive, okay? So let me get my pins. I'm going to put this in here and I'm going to pin it. Now I'm going to look at this before I sew it. So this is coming around and it's coming back like this. Sorry about that. Y'all know. Y'all know. If you've been with me, you know me. That thing is my iron, and it does it every time if I'm talking. Every time. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my top piece. Y'all forgive me. Right sides together, right like this. Okay. Now I'm gonna pin this down, so when I flip this over, then my strap's gonna come out. I know that's gonna work. I know it will. My brain says it will. I've got confidence in my brain right now, and my brain's gonna do this, okay? My brain's gonna do this. Oh, before I put this down, I forgot. This edge is finished. So I'm gonna take this edge and I'm gonna iron up a little bit. I cut just a hair longer than my pattern, okay? About, that's more than a 1/2 inch, probably about 3/4 of an inch I left there so I could fold it under for a good, nice, even, polished off, beautiful apron. So of course my heat had to kick on, and you're right by the darn blower, but anyway, I hope you can hear me. I sewed this sewed this on, and I ironed that flat down. You don't got to worry about that seam. It goes right down in there. And then it's telling me, or from looking at it, they ironed the hem first. So I just ironed up a piece right there and then went right over top of it, and I'm fixing to stitch right across there. Y'all, I'm almost done. Praise hallelujah. So this is my bottom hem, okay? Your bottom hem went first, according to that. I don't know if it makes a difference or not. That's just the way they sewed that one. So I sewed my bottom hem, and then I turned around and did my side seams while my heat was on, so you could actually hear me. Now when you get up top right here, it comes out like that right there, but it don't really matter because we're going to fold it over. I did that on both sides. Now we're finna put our, what's these things called? I get tongue-tied, these tie straps in, okay? So I'm going to take my tie straps, I'm going to get them out of my way so I don't cut the things. So now I'm going to take my cow apron, or my apron. I don't guess I should have said cow apron. It's just an apron. You can have a flower apron if you want a flower apron. You can have I don't care what you have. I mean, you can have whatever. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, this is my cow apron. So I'm going to cut these off just because they're getting on my nerves. You might not want to cut them off. I don't know if I'm supposed to cut them off. They're just annoying me, so I'm cutting them off. Now it all matches, so now I'm not so annoyed. So we're going to take this and we're going to go over here, and I am going to take a glue stick. Now, y'all, I forgot I put them in here. Y'all do not have to do this if you don't want to. I mean, you seriously don't. Sorry, I'm being loud. But I'm going to take a glue stick. This is just a Jot glue stick because I know that they sew through it. And I'm going to go, I'm going to smear this all over this. Okay? Because I'm tired of this thing coming up. So I'm going to stick it down. And, yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to even that up. And I'm going to even this up. And now it's down. And it's not flopping. And it's not going to drive my little brain crazy. So I'm going to take this. And this is where our doohankies are going to come in. So I'm going to fold this over. And I'm going to do just like I did on every side. I'm going to fold it over just a hair. And then fold it over on itself and iron that, okay? I'm going to iron both sides like that. Fold it over and then fold it over again. Steam iron it, and be careful of steam because steam burn hurts, trust me. Okay, y'all, before I know why this is flapping because I'm crazy. I'm supposed to put a stitch across here and a stitch across here to hold that down to make it all nice and pretty. So I'm going to do that before I sew my sides, or iron. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to re-iron my side here. Now I've sewn my top here, top and bottom, and then I'm going to fold that over and iron it again. Now we're going to sew this side, okay? But when we sew this side, we got to put our string ties in. So make sure that you don't get the end that you sealed shut. You want the open end, the ragged, yucky end. Okay? Now we're going to take this end and we're going to put it in here. We're going to fold this over and then fold this over on it so that it comes out like that right there. Okay? So that's how we're going to do that. And we're going to stitch that pretty good, because you don't want this to come out back and forth and go all the way up this line right here. Okay? And then I'm going to come over it like this right here to make it secure. So I'm going to go up and then come across. I'm going to do that on both sides, of course. Now look, when you get these sewed on, they'll be hanging out right like that right there. I love it. I am done. I'm done. Now y'all look at this. I did it. Look, I embroidered my daughter's name on it. She works at a restaurant. I hope you can see that. But she works at a restaurant, and so they'll know it's her. I look probably like a little mini moo-moo, but this thing came out so good. I showed it to her. She was so excited. You know, I can't tie without. But look, I did it. This was so easy and so fun. La 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 la. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you make one, post it to my Facebook group. I love it when y'all post what you do. It's normally tea towels, but I love it when y'all post what you do. So anyways, until next time, remember, you are a blessing. Goodbye.